Clarissa Moon, and I'm here with Fiona Campbell, Nick D'Alessandro, and Annalise Moon from A Piece of My Heart at Rollins College. What was your research like for the show?
The dramaturgs created a panel for us full of, we had nurses, representatives from the VA, Vietnam veterans, a Vietnam historian as well.
Oh yeah, that was really, really interesting.
He had grew up in South Vietnam during the time in the transition of the regimes. So he was a very interesting person to talk to.
This show has music, but it's not a musical. What is the role of music in the show?
Part of the role of music is establishing the time period. So there's a lot of music from the 60s and 70s that help take you back and establish where we are in time.
It's an important part of that time period because music was being made in the 60s, specifically in the late 60s, that had never been made that way before. And it was because of the sort of social unrest and the clash of cultures and the things that were happening. I mean, you had songs coming out that were about the war, specifically naming people in politics, in the government, and calling them out. I mean, it was a massive change of culture.
Because the play is really a sketch of the emotions of the time period and of the experiences, not all of the facts, not all of the timelines always line up, but I think the emotions are really what is at the core of this play, and so much more is conveyed in some moments by the songs that we sing. I know the moments that I always tear up on stage are when some of our cast members are singing their solos.
What has the response to the show been like?
I was like, oh, they're gonna like it if they're gonna be moved by it, but I think they're gonna have some distance from it because they're gonna be sort of uncomfortable by it. But last night, when we opened, the lights come up for curtain call and there was a standing ovation.
Literally every person on their
before anyone stepped on stage for curtain call, everyone was standing.
I had a realization about that today, actually. I think obviously part of it is due to the performance, the play. It was a wonderful performance, I think, but also the people were called to stand in honor of the wall itself. Because we literally project the names of the fallen soldiers of Vietnam onto us and onto the stage, and you just hear the entire audience go.
It's one of the rare moments where you do theater and the patrons are moved to share their stories with you. After the show, I had a Vietnam veteran come up to me and tell me that he had gone to the dedication of the Vietnam Memorial Wall in DC and was talking about his experiences being there at the dedication and how what we did reflected that in his stories of calling out people's names and looking for people he served with.
I just got chills. That's amazing.
And it's really an emotional moment for me to know that he connected with that so deeply. To me, the Vietnam War is history
So
in my lifetime.
So distant.
But to a lot of the patrons and the people in the audience, that was something they lived through, and that's part of their life. And so it's really grounding.
I have a passing line in one of my little monologues where I say that I work at a vet center as a social worker, and it's like I say that once in the entire play, and that's part of my character in her after she gets back from Vietnam. And after the show, during the reception, a woman pulled me aside, and she's like, "You play the social worker, right?" And I was like, "Yes, I did. I think yes, I did." She's like, I'm a social worker at a vet center. I do that right now." I said that what we captured about what it's like to work with soldiers and with veterans of the war was really true. But yeah, it was just such an interesting and mind-blowing experience to have people feel compelled to tell their stories to us after we had this opportunity to share these other women's stories.
This has been Clarissa Moon talking to the stars of A Piece of My Heart.